We are live. Happy Friday. The week is almost over. So, thank you for joining me for the morning walk, doing my morning walk. So, I like to connect. So, today's Friday. Remember that we're goal oriented people. So, that's when we push our hardest to get to the goals that we propose ourselves for the week. And at the end of the day, suggest we do a little happy hour, celebrate your wins, and reach all your goals. Just pass them over the next week. The important is to keep moving forward and know where you're moving towards. What a beautiful morning. I love mornings. The sun just coming up. They say it's good to like 10 seconds try to look indirectly to the sun. It resets your clock, internal clock, letting you know it's day. So that's good. But I definitely love mornings. I think the morning, seeing the sunrise, uh, it's the best part of the day. Wake up all fresh and ready to go and move forward. So today, good week. I picked up a new listing. That's nice. I also almost have this sale from another sale from Nomad Residence in Wynwood, almost done uh, from that point of view. So moving forward. So today I wanted to talk about my book, right? The Miami's Pre-Construction Blueprint. He's out on Amazon and he's doing his things. And so remember, we're talking about why did I write this book and who's the book for. So I broke it down into three. So the first day we talked about, I think it was Wednesday, I talked to you guys if you lives in Miami, how this will guide you through the process and understand the fundamentals of why Miami is changing. If you're an investor, we went over yesterday and why the benefits of investors. Now I want to talk to realtors or people that are in the real estate business and why do I think that you should read this book and the benefits that you'll get for reading this book. So if you're a realtor and if you're in real estate, uh, pre-construction, I'm not going to tell you that it's harder or easier than your typical sale. In real estate, your typical sale is a resale, right? Everything is standard, and that's pretty much where we focus. So we have in real estate we have rentals, we have listing agents, we have buyer agents, we have commercial agents that dedicate themselves to commercial. So we all seem to specialize in different parts, right? Pre-construction, and let me be clear, pre-construction is very different when we're talking about housing, like Lennar, starting like in a project in the suburbs, like Lennar, etc., right? Comparing to the towers or condo or condominiums that are being developed. So I'm focusing on the condominium side of the pre-construction. So when I first started specializing, because that's pretty much my specialization, I consider myself at this point an expert on pre-construction. I'm just going to tell you it's different. So if you're a realtor, you need to develop and train yourself to get a new set of skills to sell pre-construction. Because pre-construction, it's different. There's different phases. There's a lot of mechanics that go behind it. That the more you understand this, the more a clear picture you're going to get, and you're going to create more confidence, and you're going to be able to navigate your clients through. Because pre-construction might take 4 or 5 years, depending on the stage that you jump in or your buyer jumps into the stuff. So I realized that the realtors also need to find. So where do you find this information, the skills, right? So I started to at Avantyway, I created the Avantyway pre-construction community. Realizing by working with developers, working with sales centers, working with a lot of people in the industry, and I started to create little presentations, classes to learn all about the different stages that there is in the pre-construction. Like you have reservation, we have contract, we got groundbreaking, we got top off, and we got delivery. Uh, So each stage it's different, and what part of the stage is important you need to know, and you need to kind of master the stage. Also, the people that are behind you're going to have a team, a sales director. You're going to have that plays a big role. That plays a big role in the pre-construction. So that's also different. Also, pre-construction, every project, every contract is cash, right? Yes, you do have the ability to find financing, and there's companies out there. Uh, Let me reach out really quick to. I see my beautiful wife, Diana. So there's companies like the lending spot, like my wife, that are also focusing on helping you get loans or secure loans for these pre-construction projects out there. So they go hand in hand. But at the end, it's a cash contract. So it's a little bit confusing, but it's not. And but it helps you navigate to understand where you're getting. The other thing that we see is that every contract is different. It's not like when we're doing a resale that the contracts are very standard and we just follow the contract. Yeah, we know all about it. In this case, every contract is different. Every developer has their own thing. There's also laws that we need to understand that uh, that protect us from developers, right? So that even though the contracts are different, they cannot bypass the basic law. So you need to understand the thing. So if you're a realtor and you uh, go ahead and read the book, and you can reach out to me too if you want. I could send you a PDF copy of it. Decide to and the same. And I highly recommend, if you're a realtor, to go and read the book, in the sense that it's going to give you a good idea or a good grasp. Because I think pre-construction, it's here to stay. I mean, in the past we had to 2008. We haven't had any much pre-construction. In fact, a lot of real estate companies don't, or real estate people in real estate have not been focusing strictly on pre-construction. So because it's kind of they come and go. It was kind of not a sustainable model. But today, in today's world, I think pre-construction, especially Miami, I'm talking about Miami, right? And I go in the book on the fundamentals, why Miami's changing. So I think we're going to be seeing pre-construction for the next 10 to 15 years in a very steady way, because I do believe Miami is evolving, it's changing in front of you. After with the surf side, there's a lot of incentives and there's a lot of logic that a lot of these buildings are in place now will have to be demolished to give space for new construction, for new developments that are coming up in today, that they're better built, because we have a lot of building materials today that are much stronger and better. But the codes that we're employing in Miami are also safer, right? And we're also going up. We're going vertical for higher towers, and these towers, because what do they provide? More housing, because we are having shortage of housing. So if you're a realtor, I highly recommend that you read the book. Like I said, reach out to me. I would definitely love to have a conversation with you about it. I love to share. And I'm passionate about the subject. So I'm more than glad to have a conversation about it. I'm more than happy to send you a copy of the PDF, right? If you want to have it in PDF format, and if you decide to like it, you could also buy this in Amazon. Go to Amazon and just type in Guillermo Teran, or type Miami's Pre-Construction Blueprint, and go ahead and get yourself a copy. I think it will add great value to your knowledge, and I think in return you could then navigate this pre-construction understanding, because it's very, very important that we understand the process. I'm going to give you like one takeaway that I take. If you were to ask me, what is the biggest mistake or the biggest things you see a lot of realtors out there doing? Well, a lot of new realtors out there selling pre-construction. First of all, for some reason they have they have sold the idea that pre-construction is very easy to sell, because once you take your client to one of the sales centers, right? Nowadays, in the sales centers are beautiful. They have salespeople that are specifically trained in that building, and they're going to sell, and they're top salespeople, right? So you bring your client in there, and then they're going to probably, pretty much, once you bring your client in, and we have like an 80% chance of closing them, or they're going to close before you, right? So the first step that I see mistake is, like, realtors, sometimes you need to have that first meeting with your client to understand, because I see realtors taking their clients to the building. I mean, the wrong building. Every building for residents, we have condos that do Airbnb, and if they do Airbnb, there are different rules. They'll be smaller. There's different things for it, right? They don't really understand that. And then there's condo hotels. So depending the lifestyle of your client or your future buyer, right? Understanding that lifestyle that he has, so you could guide him to which building will satisfy their needs. Because now also take into account that we have a lot of branded buildings, and the brands are playing a big role in today's market. Miami's the second biggest city with brands, first Dwight, then Miami, then we get New York. So we're having the brands, right? Those brands cater to different people. They have different price points, you know. So, and also it's very confusing because the brands, they do give certain stability to your clients at a different price point. But there's also, let's put it realistic, there's brands like hospitality, brands, you know, the Four Seasons, you know, and there's also brands like we're seeing, like car brands getting to like the Porsche Towers, you know, the Aston Martin Tower. We're also getting brands that are luxury brands. So people are getting into the brand stuff because of demand for the brands, but understanding the brand and understanding the clients. So I go into that into the book. Having said that, I don't want to take much more time. God, let's make this Friday a great day. Sending you positive vibes. Don't forget that we're always moving forward. Today's a brand new day, a brand new beginning. We keep moving forward, and we keep making this life the best possible that we can. Having said that, have a great day. By the way, if you haven't done, please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate all the support I'm getting in the YouTube channel. That I see that it's growing. I appreciate that. We're almost about to hit 12,000 subscribers, which will be another milestone. And the comments keep motivating me. I'm putting out a new video. Putting out a video once a week about this topic of pre-constructions. So I've been putting a lot of effort into that, and I really appreciate your support on that one. So if you haven't done so, please go ahead and give me a like and hit the subscribe button down below. Thank you guys, and have a great